today I'm gonna show you how to do this beautiful look based mostly on NABLA Cosmetics. They've recently launched their Freedom summer collection and I'm so obsessed with it, so I'm gonna show you how to do this look. And I'm also gonna be talking through it about what's been going on in my life. You know, it's one of those chatty tutorials and I'm already sounding really chatty, so let's jump into it. Jokes before you jump into it, make sure you're subscribed and click the little bell button to get notified every single time I upload. And also leave me a comment down below on what your favorite summer color is. Whether it's like for dressing or eyes or lips. What is your favorite summer color? I think mine is peach. So now I can jump into it. So we're gonna start with the Charlotte Tilbury Wonderglow Primer. If you like a glowy base that isn't too dewy or too overpowering, I cannot speak today. And it's also it sinks into skin very fast. So let's talk about us. Let's talk about what's happening. After months and months of not wearing a beauty blender because I was getting sent other sponges and I wanted to try them out. And I forgot how beautiful this is. It's so soft, you guys. If you haven't tried a beauty blender, I know that it is quite pricey for a sponge. But Jesus, this, like no other, I promise. So today I'm going to be applying the Thank You Farmer BB Cream. This is what I've been using on the daily. It only has one shade, I believe. This is the problem with like Asian K-beauty makeup. But for me, it's just so good because it is my shade and it is so gray. And for any other person on the planet, they're like, gray, girl, you don't want to look ashy. But I do. I want to look ashy. Gray undertones really suit my face. I'm sorry. They just do. So what's been happening with my life? I did take a break from YouTube due to like mental health issues that were arising and also needed a break. I was feeling uninspired and everything like that. All that bad stuff. Since then, I do believe I got my mental health issues under kind of a control. So I'm much better regarding that. I still fight them every day. I still like worry about anxiety every day. I still feel anxious every once in a while. Like I'm not saying like nervous, like actual debilitating anxiety where your heart is like racing and you feel like it's gonna explode and you can't even get out of the house because you just won't be productive at all. So I have been kind of controlling that better and those days have come less and less, which is great. And my depression is also being kept under control and under a lid, so I haven't been feeling symptoms. Having that said, I am still off the antidepressives. It was really harsh getting off them, and I'm not like urging anyone to get off the antidepressives. It's just a case-by-case situation, and I believe that in my case, for now at least, it is something that I can control with other means. So, of course, being dependent on a drug is not ideal. It's sometimes needed, and I'm not shaming anyone that does take antidepressants because I know that in a time in my life I definitely needed them and I wouldn't have made it through without them. But I do have like SOS kind of anti-anxiety pills that I'm taking just in those really bad days. And I've been blending for like half an hour. This is the problem with my chatty tutorials, is that I have no middle ground. I either chat or do makeup. And I'm also doing therapy. And now I'm doing the Medicube Red Concealer, and this is the shade 21. Yeah, I've been going to therapists ever since I can remember. Actually, not ever since I can remember. Ever since my dad died, kind of. So if you don't know, my dad died of brain cancer when I was 10. And at the time, I don't remember much. I don't have many memories of my dad. I think I blocked a lot of it out because I do know a lot of things that people tell me and they kind of resonate with me, but I don't have a lot of like true memories that it's just me remembering what happened. Even before his illness, I don't remember a lot of it. I'd gone off track. So yeah, I've been seeing therapists since then because I don't think I handled that very well. I don't remember much. My mom was always saying that I wouldn't speak of him and that I was always like avoiding the issue, and every time someone asked me about him, I just changed the subject and everything like that. And I think that kind of also helped me further on to forgetting a lot of things. about him. But yeah, so I didn't handle in the best way, and they were worried. Day by day, I mean, mom and doctors were worried, and family. They were worried that I was just keeping all bottled in, and one day I would explode. And that did eventually happen. I was a very, very angry teenager. I think I was confused most of the time about my emotions, and I was just a very aggressive teenager towards my mom and towards my family. Yeah, so that's why I started doing therapy, and I've gone through a lot of therapists since then. I did eventually settle on one when I was around like 14, and we kind of just reconnected, and now we're doing Skype therapy sessions, which are really great. I really, really like him, and he's just like one of those therapists that just talks a lot, and you just talk whenever you feel like talking. He doesn't like keep asking questions over questions over questions. It's just more like a conversation, and you jump in when you feel comfortable. And I've been keeping that lid not firmly closed, but kind of ajar. When before it was just wide open, shit spilling out. So now it's kind of like more under control. My anxiety, I mean, and depression and blah blah blah. So now I'm gonna use the Becca Aqua Luminous Perfecting Concealer. So before, I love this concealer, and before I had it in the shade Fair, which I thought was the lightest shade. And I was like, you know what, I could use this being a little bit lighter, but I still used it because I really love the texture and finish. And then I found out there is a lighter shade, and that is called Porcelain. Yeah, this is a little lighter and a little less warm than Fair, which I like. I also wanted to mention, of course, the Chester Bennington Suicide, which I'm not gonna lie, rattled me up a little bit. When I heard about it, I was on the train and my battery had died, but I heard that something had happened to someone from Lincoln Park. You know, I thought immediately death, because, you know, that's just the life we're living. And I didn't have the battery to research it, and I didn't have the guts to ask the person what they were on about. But that I also heard about, like, oh, he left 6 kids behind, and I didn't know he had 6 kids, but I know he had a lot of kids, and I immediately thought Chester, and my heart just sunk. Like, it just sunk immediately. I started having really trouble breathing and what would some call a panic attack. And then I just tried to calm myself down, like, you don't know the whole story, you don't know the situation. I got through the door, and the first thing I asked my boyfriend was like, what happened with Lincoln Park? And he was like, a dude died. And I was like, bitch, you don't say just a dude died. He didn't realize how bad the situation was for me. So why? Why was I panicking? So Lincoln Park really were such a huge part of my childhood. If you know me at all, you know I'm not into mainstream music nowadays. I'm more of an alternative pop rock, pop punk rock kind of person. And Lincoln Park were really my first crush as a band and as a music artist, and they kind of got me through so many tough times, especially like this why I'm talking about this is not only because I cried for the whole day, and it sounds so stupid because it's like someone I've never met, but the whole reason that I kind of wanted to bring this up was also because of my my teen years. So I was very angry, and they somehow just made it better, and they made me understand kind of what I was feeling, because I didn't know most of the time. There was something raging inside me, and I didn't know what it was. What I was feeling inside, that confusion of mixed feelings that I got. It was anger, it was injustice, and feeling like the world isn't fair, all those kind of feelings that you get when you're younger, plus with the death of my dad, and especially when my mom remarried. It was just a lot for me to handle, and even though I was seeing therapists, I hadn't found my actual current therapist, and I didn't connect to them at all. They became kind of like role models for me, which is weird but true. And you know, when you're younger, you don't want to talk to your parents about your feelings. That's just not how you do things. This is the By Terry Hydra powder. I feel really weird talking about really deep stuff and then doing makeup, but yeah. Gotta embrace it. I'm gonna confess that I haven't been up to date with what they have been doing, to be honest. I don't want to be disrespectful, but they did sell out a little bit to the mainstream music, and they were doing more mainstream kind of sound that I wasn't that much into it. But just up until Meteora, I was like their diehard fan. I went to their shows. I had all their DVDs and CDs and signed stuff and posters. I was just really, really connected to them. And I felt like their music not only got me to where I am today, it got me to understand like how feelings worked and what they were steamed out of, their origins, and it helped me above all relate to someone at that age where I felt like I had no one, because my sister was so much younger. I wouldn't have burdened her with that, but I also didn't think she would understand. She's like a 5-year-old, like, bitch, leave me alone. It dawned on me in like a way, how sick do you have to be that you feel like taking your own life is the best solution to your problems, or is the like only way out, which is crazy. I still don't understand mental illness, having gone through it, but still in it, you know. And I saw this quote on Twitter, and first of all, I'm using this, this is silly. First of all, I'm using this NABLA cream eyeshadow. This is called Petite Mélodie. It kind of matches my nails, and these nails are NailsInc. I don't know the name of the nail polish, but I'll pop it in the description. I saw this quote on Twitter that was like, it's so sad, like, and disheartening when someone like dies due to mental illness, because it feels like someone lost in a fight that we're all invested in, and that just resonated with me a lot. It just his death really messed me up. They say the best artists are the ones who suffer the most because they can understand the darkness. This whole conversation is making me sad, so I'm gonna stop talking about it. But you know my feelings about it, and I just wanted to get that out there. I usually always prime with NABLA anyway, so that's nothing new. But I wanted to show you the new NABLA Freedom collection. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably already seen it, and it's been everywhere really with a lot of beauty influencers. So I'm gonna be using a crease shade out of my Naked 2 Basics palette. So I'm gonna swipe this one all over my crease and transition part. Okay, so more things to tell you about. So last Saturday we went to a wedding. It was Miguel's cousin's wedding. It was really cute, like really intimate and small. Because it was in London, so not all of Miguel's family was there, but some were, and they were just like, so when are you two getting married? Or like, you two are next, or all those type of things. They would hand us their babies and be like, here, practice. Bitch, I'm 25. No. Let's now dive into this. And first of all, these palettes are just like the cutest thing I've ever seen. I'm gonna grab Lotus. And my own mom is always now like, so when am I getting grandchildren? And I'm like, Mom, no. Why does everyone now like think it's okay to demand babies? She's like, I don't want to be a really old grandma. And I told her, like, then adopt. Like, if you want to take care of babies, just adopt a baby. I mean, I do want to have babies and get married eventually. I'm just not ready for that now. But imagine people who do not want to, having to constantly endure this and explain. I'm going to just wet this and go into Alchemy, which is like a duochrome shade. It's so pretty. Oh, yes. I am getting married eventually, but just pump the brakes, okay? I have so much shit to do. Have achieved nothing with my life yet. Can barely keep my shit together. I don't think I'm going on vacation, like destination holidays this year. I am going with my family to the south of Portugal in early September, and that's gonna be great. I'm just gonna go into Eresia a little bit just to deepen. I love the south of Portugal. We have like an apartment there, and we're contributing to the country economy. Yay! And then again with that darker shade, just do a little bit here. I'm gonna do that inner corner highlight with Millenium, which is another duochrome shade that's just so beautiful. It reminds me of Makeup Geek's I'm Peachless, but the I'm Peachless one, it has like a really hot pink shift, while this is just a really peachy shift. And to finish it off, I'm just gonna sneak a little New Heaven into my lower lash line. Just like here. Eyelash primer is a Jane Iredale PureLash, of course. And what else can I tell you? For my brows, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Tinted Brow Gel. The shade is Granite. They did change this little brush. Now it has like a shorter brush area and a longer brush area. So the longer one would be for less intense and vice versa. And that's my mascara. I'm going to be using the Benefit Roller Lash. This has quickly become a real favorite. I haven't ever tried it. And, oh my god, my under eyes is so distracting. I promise I'm going to fix them with powder. Just wait a little. I have really been using this a lot more than I have been using my telescopic. I don't know if that's a phase or if this roller love is here to stay. Also, my eyelashes have been falling out so much and I don't know why. Okay, so now I'm going to be using my face palette. And this is the NABLA summer collection kind of. These two are still from NABLA but are not from the summer collection. These four are from the summer collection. I'm going to go into the highlighter Obsexed. Like, anytime something is duochrome, I'm like, yeah, I'm in. I'm actually not going to go with a fan and I'm going to go with this one. It isn't too over the top, so for me, that's great, because I don't like frosted highlighters. I feel like that trend is just gonna die out, I hope, because it makes no sense. This just gives, like, a healthy duochrome glow, and this does pair really well with the inner corner eyeshadow, because it's very similar. We're gonna go with this bronzer highlighter-y thing called Monoi. By the way, I love this brush from Zoeva. This is the 101. And it's great for bronzer because it just places it in place without being too overpowering. It has like a focus part if you want to. And also like if you apply it heavily, it has like a round effect to it. And as a blush, I'm going to be using Happytude, which is like a cool toned pink, kind of almost lilac-y. Girl, you know it. Oh, this is so cute. I do want to do more, like, remember I did the whole Primark full face of first impressions look? I want to do that with more brands, so please pop the brands that you want to see down below. Try to aim for a drugstore because buying a full face of products. I'm now going to be applying the reverse lipstick, which is like a muted lavender shade that is so fucking gorgeous. But I'm gonna give it a twist and apply their Dreamy Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Animator. This could be used by itself or it could be used on top of something. And when you mix the two, so pretty. And that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for keeping up to the end if you did. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel for more. Bell button, you know. And I'll be here very, very soon.